Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm actually a little bit sick, so I hope I sound okay. I'm here with another long Naruto video. After the intensity of the last few episodes, I'm looking forward to things being a little bit lighter. Once again, I wrote more for the script than I was expecting to, but I think that's just how it's going to go. So let's not waste any time and get into it. Despite having gone through a literal life or death situation together, Naruto and Sasuke are on the outs of each other. It seems like Naruto is struggling to deal with Sasuke putting his life on the line to save him and being the hero. And I think Sasuke is dealing with a sense of urgency to become stronger, like Haku. And Naruto's issues are just annoying to him. And I also think he's just giving what he's receiving. But at least Kakashi is here to make me smile.
Hey guys, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Afraid I got lost on the path of life.
I'd say I'll use that line next time I'm late, but I'm not a late person. Naruto is desperate for another intense mission so he can save Sasuke and show himself to be a hero too. I love the way Sensei is just overwhelmed by his eagerness. As Squad 7 go about their mission for the day, I am left wondering, are ninjas just the labor force of the Naruto world? Why are you hiring ninjas to weed your garden and walk your dog? The whole arrangement is like the Odd Jobs crew of Gintama, where they do anything from protection services to construction. It seems like ninjas, or more specifically Genin, are basically that. Also, love that Kakashi is so engrossed in his book that he doesn't stop to help his student who is being dragged to a minefield by a large dog. I get that Sasuke is probably genuinely frustrated by Naruto and having to help him so often, but he really doesn't help the whole camaraderie thing with his remarks.
You are such a loser. What a loser.
At the same time, I get that he doesn't want distractions as he pursues his goals, and after his battle with Haku, he's feeling behind. He's frustrated by both Naruto and Sakura and their lack of focus. Later, Kakashi Sensei leaves the kids to go file his reports, and we see that Naruto really is back to his old shouty, slightly pervy self.
Huh? Sensei disappeared! Is he giving us some alone time?
Sensei already told you he has to file his report. It's nice to see Konohamaru again, and nice to see him with his buddies. Little man assumes Sakura is Naruto's girlfriend, and she punches Naruto quite hard. You know, I think Sakura has hit Naruto more times than she's hit any bad guy so far. In fact, this whole sequence with her and the kids is the most fighting we've seen her do. And just as I was getting real sick and tired of this sequence, we meet some non-Reef Village ninjas. Before anything happens there, we cut to Kakashi filing his report, and I have to say, the ninja officers are kind of shabby. All these badass shinobi, and not one can pick up the papers on the floor? Surely there's some Genin who's not doing anything that can come and tidy the place up. It's nice to see Iruka Sensei again, and I'm touched for his concern over Naruto. I don't know why Kakashi is nervous about Iruka asking him about Naruto. It is his first time having students, so maybe he's just not used to the whole dynamic. Overall, they seem to have a nice senses of Naruto moment. This outside ninja guy is a real dick, and I don't like him. I feel bad for Naruto for not getting a hero moment to save Konohamaru. I'm not surprised that it was Sasuke who ultimately did the saving. And it's pretty cool that he crushed the rock like that. This moment is very cool for the young Master Uchiha. And just as things begin to escalate, another guy appears. He was so stealthy that Sasuke didn't hear or sense him at all. I like his eyeliner, it reminds me of my goth phase. Meanwhile, the Hokage announces to the gathered ninja that the Chunin exams will be in a week. That's why outsider Genin are in the village. I love how all of them are basically wearing the same thing, but this lady is like, no, I need something sexy. Key takeaways. Ninjas have a very varied role in society, and unfortunately, going through a life or death situation together has not brought the squad closer. So it seems quite obvious that Gaara is very strong. The other two react strongly to his arrival, and the music changes and becomes kind of sinister. Sasuke recognizes his strength, and Gaara in turn recognizes his. And he turned into sand, which is very cool. Can he do sand the way Haku did water? Can any of the leaf ninjas turn into fire? So these ninjas explain that they're here for the Chunin exams, and Naruto is like, what Chunin exams? And why did they have to make Naruto have this dummy moment? They didn't have to do it for narrative purposes so that the whole concept of Chunin exams is explained. Chunin exams is pretty self-explanatory. From what we've seen so far, I like this Gaara guy. I mean, he's clearly being set up as some kind of antagonist or opponent, but I'm intrigued and I like his whole spooky vibe. He also made me chuckle.
Hi there! I bet you're dying to know my name, right?
I couldn't care less.
At the meeting with the Hokage, all the Jonin with Rookie Genin recommend them for the exam, to the great shock and dismay of Iruka-sensei. They were all his students and he doesn't think they're ready. Kakashi is like, I was 6 years younger than Naruto when I took the exams. 6 years younger? That would make him around 6 or 7? That's crazy! What is this world where little kids become assassin murderers? But also, that is very impressive, and I did not know that he was a badass like that. I apologize, Kakashi Hatake. I was unfamiliar with your game. He basically tells Iruka to sit down and shut up because these are his students, and even if they wipe out in the exams, that will be a good lesson.
On the contrary, Kurenai, Iruka needs to hear this. He needs to realize that they're not his students anymore. They're mine.
Ooh, I love stern Kakashi-sensei. The Hokage takes both sides into account and decides to hold a preliminary test. This is a really good solution. This is why he's the Hokage. Our trio have 3 very different thoughts on taking the exams. Naruto envisions himself defeating everyone and the Hokage being so impressed that he just surrenders his position. Sasuke is excited to fight Gaara, and Sakura doesn't think she's ready for this at all. Later, Naruto is going to play ninja with Konohamaru and the other kids when the little girl gets snatched by some random ninja. Naruto goes after him, keeping up with him very well, and saves her. He did really well this time. Elsewhere in the village, Sasuke asks Sakura to go for a walk with him, filling her with joy. He warns her off taking the exams because she's just too weak. Then that random ninja appears again and rains kunai down upon Sasuke. But none of it is real, and Sakura sees right through the illusion. And why don't we get to see Sakura fight? I don't think we've even seen her use any kind of jutsu. Lastly, we see Sasuke kick the ninja to the curb. Success for Squad 7, and for the other rookies as well. Iruka admits that they have good skills, and Kakashi allows that the Chunin exams are very tough. So, I am going to say that they have made up. On the day of the registration, Sasuke notices that Sakura is a little off. And that's sweet. Look at you paying attention to your teammates. There's some commotion and bullying going on when our guys arrive. Sasuke points out that there is a genjutsu being used, and he's sure Sakura has already noticed it because of her keen eyes and analytical skills. And it's very nice of him to hype her up in this way. I love this team building. Things are about to pop off when this kid with the bowl cut moves super fast to intervene. Full disclosure, I already know this character's name is Rock Lee. He brings to mind Bruce Lee. He immediately asks Sakura to be his girlfriend, and I was not expecting that at all. He's meeting her for the first time. We know this because he has to tell her his name. And already he's like, I vow to protect you with my life. I love the laugh that Naruto gives when she calls him a weirdo. Poor guy never stood a chance.
Because you're a weirdo.
And Sasuke continues to drive all the ladies wild. I also liked his very polite way of saying go fuck yourself to this guy.
I'm not obliged to answer.
What's that?
And so the episode ends. Key takeaways. Kakashi is even cooler than I initially thought, though I am fundamentally against a 7-year-old being a Chunin and going on serious, dangerous missions. This episode begins with Rock Lee saying, hey you with the attitude, hold on. And all three of these kids have an attitude, so he could be referring to any one of them. But Sasuke recognizes he is the one being challenged. Rock Lee wants to know if the Uchihas are as great as everyone says, and he also wants to prove himself to his great love, Sakura, who gets a chance to show off her ninja skills by dodging all these weird little love hearts. He is coming on very strong. I've been pointing out how Sasuke drives the ladies wild, but Sakura be driving the boys wild as well. Remember that time Naruto snuck up on Sasuke and tied him up, pretended to be Sasuke also that he could get a chance to kiss her? And now Rock Lee is just embarrassing himself. Rock Lee challenges Sasuke and Naruto is upset because of all of the attention Sasuke is receiving. Why doesn't Rock Lee want to fight him? And so he goes after Rock Lee himself and is easily dispatched. Unfortunately, Lee has clearly got some impressive skills. Naruto needs to bring his brain into his fighting a little more. Sasuke attacks, and though he is prepared for Rock's blow, he gets through his defenses and punches him right in the face. And so he brings out his Sharingan. And Sakura is like, oh, Sasuke is so amazing and he's getting stronger and stronger all the time. He'd never lose to a guy like this. And then Rock kicked him in the face, sent him flying. And the reason Sasuke can't see what Rock is up to using his Sharingan is because he is straight up using martial arts without any genjutsu or nenjutsu. Rock goes on to say that there are two kinds of ninja. Those born with talent, like Sasuke, and those who have to work hard every day, like himself. This is a sentiment that I can appreciate as someone who typically has to work quite hard. And then, to drive his point home, Rock kicks him in the face again, sends him flying, and then he prepares to use something called Dancing Leaf Shadow, which I believe his sensei told him not to do. Why is he taking this so seriously? He's proved his point. There's no need to injure Sasuke. Before anything can happen, a windmill toy thing nails his bandages to the wall. And who stopped the fight, you ask? Oh, just a talking giant turtle. And the turtle tells Lee to stop and is also wearing a headband. So the turtle is a ninja? And then Naruto starts noticing how weird it is that Rock is talking to a turtle and it's talking back. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a weird thing in the world of Naruto as well. The turtle is reprimanding him, so Naruto is like, the turtle must be his sensei? And then the turtle is like, it's time to be punished and calls for someone else. a guy sensei, and then this man appears. And what is going on? Where was he? Was he in the turtle? This guy is a big version of Rock Lee from an aesthetic point of view. Their eyebrows are very bushy, their hair very shiny and bowl-shaped. And this so-called greatest man in the world punches Rock in the face, drawing blood and sending him flying. And that's a harsh treatment, right? I gasped when this happened. That's not cool, right? You can't just be punching your students in the face like that, right? And then they cry together, and the turtle is crying too. And then Guy tells Rock to run 100 laps and to run and suffer, but to not mess up his hair. Guy Sensei is an interesting character.
They're insane. Probably, but never mind them. What's the deal with that turtle anyway?
I've never identified with Naruto more. What is the deal with the turtle? We don't find out, but we do find out that he considers himself arch rivals with Kakashi. Now, I recently watched King and Ashura, and there's a rivalry in it. Basically, this guy Sao Pang fights Kao Long, who's like the best in the world, and he's never been so challenged, and he's like, we are fated rivals, and they're actually friends and encourage each other. So are Kakashi and Guy these kind of rivals, or like we hate each other rivals? Rock Lee talks some shit to Sasuke, then leaves. Naruto talks some shit too, but subtly gives Sasuke some consolatory advice. He practices way more than you do, he says. Of course he beat you. So Sasuke is forced to acknowledge that he needs to practice more. First Haku, then Rock Lee. He needs to improve. Key takeaways. There is a giant talking ninja turtle. Oh my god, is this a Ninja Turtle reference? It just clicked right now. I hope this turtle features again and we find out more about it. I'm interested to see Kakashi and Guy interact and see what their dynamic is. And as far as Guy himself is concerned, I'm on the fence, undecided, leaning towards no, but we'll see. Kakashi is standing by the door waiting for his students, and he's very proud of them, and it's very sweet. It's a lovely moment. They go inside and see all the other ninjas who want to take the exam, and they look like a bunch of thugs. Why are they all so mean looking and so grown? I honestly expected a bunch of teenagers, unless they are teenagers and they just look grown. I suppose everyone has their own journey through the ranks. And then the blonde girl with the blue pupils and the black irises jumps on Sasuke's back and says she's missed his brooding good looks. And she is very bold. Sasuke isn't exactly the cuddly type. I appreciated the little mini introductions of who the rookies all are, but bear with me while I don't remember their names. And you know, Sasuke really is the best looking boy of the bunch. And does this kid actually want to eat the dog?
Akamaru's looking plumper, juicier.
I really hope not. Anyway, some older ninja comes over to talk to the rookies. He tells them to be less conspicuous because everybody is really tense and they look very tense. Especially the Rain Village guys. This Kabuto guy is taking the exam for the 7th time. So probably some of these guys were teenagers when they made their first attempt and are just not anymore. He's got a whole bunch of cards with like useful and relevant information. Sasuke wants to know about Rock Lee and Gaara. It is notable that Gaara emerged from all of his missions without a scratch, even a B rank mission. Our ninjas did not emerge so well after their high ranking mission, as you can recall. Well, except for Sakura. Actually, she could make the same claim as Gaara. Outside, Kakashi is worrying about his students. He talked a big game in the meeting and he just hopes he's right. And we did get a little peek into his relationship with Guy. It is indeed competitive. But Kakashi need not worry because Naruto is pumped.
My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I'm gonna beat every one of you! Believe it!
The sound ninjas are very sensitive and easily offended and pulled off some kind of weird attack that no one can figure out. I look forward to learning more. And then the examiner arrives and he is very scary and intimidating. I have no real takeaways from this episode. I am intrigued by the concept of sound ninjas. The proctor announces that they shall be doing a written test, which is Naruto's worst nightmare. He is sitting next to Hinata. Poor Hinata. Imagine your crush saying you have zero presence and he doesn't notice you at all. Unless this is a ninja thing, in which case that's a great skill to have. You know, I used to think that this character was blind because I've seen, pictures from Naruto and stuff, and so she's got this white purplish thing and I always thought she couldn't see. So for the exam, each candidate has a score of 10 and 1 point is removed for every wrong answer, 2 if you're caught cheating. Teams are scored together and everyone must get at least 1 point. Naruto is feeling the pressure. I found the questions to be quite interesting.
Line B in the diagram indicates the trajectory of a shuriken thrown at enemy C by Ninja A seated atop a tree 7 meters tall. Well, that's interesting. I can't begin to understand a single one of these problems.
Ninja maths. The questions are extremely difficult and everyone but Naruto clicks that the point is to cheat without being caught, because that's a very valuable skill for a ninja to have. The sound ninjas are very cool. They can hear what's being written. One of the other rookies uses his dog, the other an insect, and basically everyone uses their unique abilities to cheat on the test. Except for Sakura, who seems to just know the answers because she's very smart. Hinata offers Naruto the chance to copy her test. She hasn't been shown to be cheating, so I'm assuming she also just knows the answers. So Sakura and Hinata, very smart. The next couple of minutes is just people cheating and failing. Gaara's sand eye thing was very creepy. I continue to be very intrigued by him. Key takeaways. In Naruto, if you have unusual eyes, that means you have some real cool jutsu. We get some background on the examiner Ibiki. Kakashi describes him as a sadist, and Asuma explains that he's an interrogation and torture specialist, but more of a psychological guy. So basically, he plays mind games with you so that you torture yourself. And if that is his intention, it is working very well on Naruto. It's finally time for the 10th question. You can choose whether or not to do it, but if you decide against it, you fail, and so does your team. And if you take it and fail, you can never take the Chunin exams again. So, high stakes, and a bunch of people leave. Sakura wants to raise her hand and leave, so that Naruto will be forced to leave as well, because she assumes he'll fail the question. But before she can do it, he raises his hand. It seems like he's going to surrender, but of course, Naruto would never do that.
Don't underestimate me! I don't quit and I don't run! You can act tough all you want! You guys aren't gonna scare me off! No way!
I really like how his little speech implies that he in particular is being targeted. And without intending to, he inspires all the other Genin. The way of the ninja indeed. And then Ibiki announces that everyone remaining has passed. He tested their information gathering skills, and then he tested their resolve and dedication. He shows his scars, demonstrating the consequences of failing when the stakes are high. He's really not as grumpy as he first appeared. He makes me want to become a dedicated ninja. And then the second proctor ruins the moment with a grand arrival, and she is wearing like no clothes. I commented once that I really like that the ninjas wear sensible clothing, even the women, and that is not true. I spoke way too soon. I'm not a prude, but it itches my brain when it doesn't make any sense. Why would a ninja dress this way? Do you know what is the most constrictive thing a woman can wear? A miniskirt. Very hard to move in a miniskirt. I just hope we get a sexy man in little clothing as well. Just give me a bond to make me happy. Or put Kakashi in like an explosion or something so that like most of his clothes are gone. That's all I need. Kupo does it all the time in Bleach. This episode ends with the Genin and the proctor standing outside this sealed off place, the Forest of Death. And I assume this is the location for the next test. Key takeaways. I thought that the initial exam was a really great idea, and I look forward to what comes next. I like it when Naruto gets a cool moment. And also, through the course of these last couple of episodes, Sasuke has really climbed in my good books. I'm not sure what happened, but I really like him now. Not that I didn't like him before, just that I like him more now. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Have a great day. I'm Kayla. See you next time. Bye.